So this is very simple to understand the topic is, and also very important for the examinations point of view also. Project management tools and techniques, that's called PERT, okay, as well as CPM. Explain the abbreviation of both PERT and CPM, but these two are called as project management tools and techniques. So what is saying here now is the project management point of view. Already you came to know various lectures on this particular concept is what is a project is, okay, a work to be completed with the coordination of the your fellows, your colleagues, and that's called management is coordinating, communicating, right, controlling. This is the definition of management is a work to be completed. We need to talk to the many people, then only it is possible work can be completed. But same time, here now called how much work completed, how much to be completed, also required to be evaluate. Every day, if a work is started, so we need to check how much work is completed, how much to be completed. That is also required to be. So you need to evaluate every day. So to do the evaluation, what you have is we'll write on a paper. So this is the work completed like this way. But once you are writing the, it's called so many lines, is not sufficient to communicate to your fellows. So your employees is not possible to communicate each and everything is. So what is required for us is called, you need again call a diagrammatic representation of the entire processes. A diagrammatic representation is required. Means a picture is required for us to tell that is called the progress of the work is. To show the progress of the work, we need to have show all the concepts in a pictorial orientation form. So once you set pictures, means there are some circles, triangles, rectangles, squares. These symbols comes into picture because these symbols are nothing but called as pictorial representation point of view. We need to use this particular diagrams. What are the diagrams are? Square, triangle, rectangle, arrow mark. These are not. These other things are required. So which you have seen in the data flow diagram point of view, as well as now in this particular semester also in the DBMS you are looking the entity relationship diagram point of view also the same thing only coming. Ellipses are coming, squares are coming, relationships diamond symbol is coming. Yes or not? So everywhere whenever you go there, whenever you want to show the progress of the work, whenever you understand the existing system or proposed system, there are diagrams compulsory required. That's it. There are no other techniques for us. There are other alternatives for us to tell that. So when you would like to know the present system, diagram is required. When you want to know called, I want to show the progress of the work, a diagram is required. When I want to show called what is the work is going on, a diagram is required. So wherever you go, the diagram is ultimate one. Theoretically here now we need to understand the concept. After got the concept of what exactly the existing system, we need to show the entire system in a diagrammatic way. So let me revise the what exactly the definition of project management so that it is possible we can start the actual today's topic is. Project management is the application of process, methods, knowledge, skills and experience to achieve the objectives of the project is. Very simple. I said many number of times the same definition here. So there are four important things comes into picture. Of course, five of them. Processes, methods, almost same. Processes and methods, knowledge, skills and experience. These are the here now. Whatever do you have, these five skills, the five characteristics, these five characteristics, you are supposed to apply it. Why? Because to get the objectives, to achieve the project objectives. There are five characteristics you have. These five characteristics: processes, methods, knowledge, skills and experience. These five of them we are applying it to achieve the objectives. A key factor that distinguishes project management from just management is that it has this final deliverable and finite time span. And there is small definition is there, difference is there between projects and programs. Let's see the management point of view, this particular difference is. Don't see this one as the important thing. when you're talking about computer science point of view. This is the difference is required only for management point of view, not for the computer point of view, computer science application point of view. So this is won't come in the computer science application, only comes in the management point of view. Why I said look at the definition is a project is a singular effort of defined duration. Okay, is a singular effort only. Singular effort of defined duration a project is. Whereas a program is comprised of a collection of projects are. For example, you can see the difference here. You can see here. Let me take a pen here, then you can understand here. So this is the one you can see here. So look at the projects as well as programs. So in these two of them, so projects is single, shorter, and produces output. A programs what you have is so multiple projects, longer duration, produces outcome. So these are the things comes here now. So that's why I said management point of view. Don't see the computer science point of view. Computer science point of view, program is a small one, while program project is a bigger one. But here reverse happens is a project is a single, shorter duration, produces the output is. But this here produces outputs here. Outcomes comes out. More outcomes are possible. Here only one outcome. That is also called as only one output. So this is longer, but this is shorter. This is single. This is multiple projects. A project is defined as a temporary organization that is created for the purpose of delivering one or more business products according to specified business cases. Okay, so one or more business products according to the business case point of view. It's delivering of a products. How many products? One or more business products. While program is not like that. Program is a group of related projects managed in a coordinated way to obtain benefits and control not available from managing them individually. Here now group of related projects. So whatever you have, group. If when you combine projects, when you have grouped that all these things, then comes into picture is in what I call a project. A program comes into picture is called a group of related projects. Remember that is called related projects. He said, not not called other projects. Is random projects. No, the related projects managing to managed in a controlled way to obtain what benefits and also control not available from managing them individually. So individual is not possible to control it. So you are grouping that one to get the benefits are. Look at from here now. You are talking about project management tools. Okay. So what is project? I saw already. Project is a singular activity. Project is you can see here now is a singular, shorter, and process output. This is most important. This, regarding these objectives to achieve that one, we have this one is. So project management tools and techniques are precisely what makes managing projects easier and more effectively. So there we have called tools and techniques are coming into picture. There are tools and techniques we have that you are using it to make the projects very easier and more effective. So what do you have? There are two things are there that are called CPM, PERT, Kanban, SWOT analysis, and Gantt chart. Various techniques we have that's called CPM, PERT, Kanban, SWOT analysis, and Gantt chart. So what is SWOT analysis? Already you have seen strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So this is called SWOT analysis. Okay, this is very good presentation. One of you prepare this SWOT analysis. You just concentrate SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is the technique which comes in software very frequently. It comes to you. So, okay, you must have a grip on SWOT analysis. So once you go to the software industry, so you can say strongly about SWOT analysis also. When you're doing a presentation also, you can talk about SWOT analysis. So every project must here now called compulsory use of this SWOT analysis. So very technique here now. So once you got a grip on SWOT analysis, you will be go to the very fast. It is possible to go to the next level. Please remember that is called. Okay, it's possible for you to go faster to the next levels. And if you want to get the promotions in the software development, it is possible. You must have a grip on SWOT analysis. So at this level, a student level, if you have a grip, very easy to for you to go in the industry. When you go industry, you can go to the next levels. So once you are in industry, you are able to understand SWOT analysis. So that means you will not be in the race to go to the next level. So to go faster, so at this level, just concentrate on this SWOT analysis as much as possible. Again, I'm repeating, just work on this particular analysis. Now time you have, so you can study what this technique is, so that you can do some presentation also, so that you'll get a confidence about yourself, and also some feedback is possible from the staff members and your friends also. It is possible to tell you. So again, I'm repeating, just work on SWOT analysis as much as possible. And come to the next technique is called Kanban is one technique which is not that much familiar, but Gantt chart comes into picture when you're talking about software engineering point of view. Also, we came to know about Gantt charts are okay. But in the syllabus, what you have is two techniques, CPM and PERT. The two management techniques we have. Let's see the techniques are. Now onwards, just concentrate your studies now. Okay. As of now, said only history behind what is the PERT and what are CPM are. Now onwards, it is a very easy to understand, not a very difficult activity. Very common sense is required to understand this topic is. If you don't have, I cannot help you here. So you must have, this is called what is your project is, how to apply this one, all this type of works, what are the background, how much do you have is important for me. So what do you have background, what you are talking, sir? Talking is very simple one. So suppose now your father said, go and do some work on market, go and bring some vegetables, go and bring some accessories in your home. So if you have involved in such type of work, then you can understand this topic is. If you didn't work anything before before come to my class, no, you won't understand. Sorry for that. So because of here now, you must help in home also. Whatever your parents are saying, you must help them. Then you can understand these topics are. If you are not helping them, so I can't do that one. So you must help your parents. What are the work they are doing? Your father said, "Come on, come on, clean the car." So you must involve in the cleaning of the car. Then you will understand what are the difficulties are there. Suppose if you're not cleaning the car, if you're not cleaning your bike, and I cannot help you, right? Because of there is a work involved. Cleaning car, you go and clean not like this. Na? You need to take the cloth, get the water, and here now you have to pour it, yeah, and you start cleaning that. They understand how much dust is there. You'll come to know that. But if you involve, then only understand the topic is. That's nothing but one type of single project you are doing. That work is. Let's start the topic is. PERT stands for Project Evaluation and Review Technique is. All of you note it down. So because first time you understanding this topic is project evaluation and review technique. So two things he said is called. What are the project do you have? The two things you are doing. What are that? Evaluation I'm doing, and also I'm doing a review. Is it correct or not? Also I'm verifying it. Evaluation is paper evaluations. We used to say na evaluation. Let me complete my work. Evaluation work means called checking. Okay, you have done right or not? Right or not? So how many marks for it's called for 10 marks? How many for 10, 20 marks? How many? Like that you need to check that one is. Okay, that's called evaluation. Once you are done here evaluation, you need to review it, correct or not. That is also important for us. So project evaluation review technique commonly abbreviated as PERT. It is a statistical tool. Remember that. It's a statistical tool used in project management. It was developed for the US Navy Special Project Office in 1957 to support US Navy's Polaris nuclear submarine project. An early example was it was used for the 1960 Winter Olympics in the Grenoble, which applied part from 1965 until the opening of 1968 games. Anyway, that's not a thing here now. So look at that is called here actually who developed this one? US Navy Special Projects Office developed in 1957. Why they have developed? Because of to support Navy's Polaris nuclear submarine project. What is submarine? This is called a ship available under the sea. It's called submarine. Yes or not? So you have, might be have seen a movie of Ghazi movie. There is shown na, the submarine one which was there in the Vizag. If you go to the Vizag, you can see that it's on near the beach. They have displayed that Gaji, what is the submarine used. It was there. I have seen that submarine is very interesting one. Submarine is very interesting. So you must go and see the submarine. Then you'll get the thrill of that entire thing. Is called what exactly that is called. Very fortunate that is called. You are looking. You are able to see this is called submarine is. So the entire Gaji movie was made using that submarine only. All right. So that's the thing is called. So US Navy, so you have Navy uses the submarines. So US Navy's Polaris nuclear submarine project is. We come to here now. So this is a statistical use used in the project management. Look at this one is, look at this particular paragraph now. Let me remove this. Okay. All right. So a project management tool used to schedule, organize, and coordinate tasks within a project is. It is basically a method to analyze the tasks involved in completing a given project, especially the time needed to complete each task, and to identify the minimum time needed to complete the total a project is. So what is here now? I can use this one to schedule it, organize it, and coordinate tasks within a project is. So what is the use of the PERT is? It is a tool, as I said from beginning onwards. I can use it for three purposes. What are the three purposes are? I can schedule the project, I can organize the project, as well as I can coordinate the tasks. Okay. So these things are possible. Scheduling of the task, organization of the task, and coordination of the task. Three things are possible within a project. If you want to do it, you can use a tool. This one is, it is basically a method to analyze the task involved in completing a given project, especially time needed to complete each task, and identify minimum time needed to complete the total project is. So each task will have time for that one. For example, semester we have called one task. So not semester one, semester two, semester three, semester four. Each one task. There is a time given for each and everything. It's not like the infinite time we can do the work. As I said, every time we have to set a time. Timing is most important for how much time for this one is very important one. Or not. So like that here now, for each task there is a time allocated. So within a time you have completing the work or not, you should see that is called. So minimum time needed to complete the total project is. So program evaluation review technique. Sometimes he comes project comes, sometimes program also comes. But actually say actually can say project only. So some people say called program also. So don't worry that much. Project is more important for us. So come to here now. So it is used in more projects where the time is major factor rather than the cost is. Okay. It is applied to very large scale, one-time, complex, non-routine infrastructure and research and development projects. Sir, please note it down. This also it is used more in projects where time is a major factor rather than the cost. Okay, I need to complete my task within a specified time. Within a specified time, I would like to complete my work is. But for me, the cost is not important for me, right? Suppose example, you want to go from here to Chennai, example. So now call what is important for me is called I would like to travel. Here now call cost is not important for me. The time is important for me. So which type of traveling you use traveling mode you will use it? Will use the air one only will be used because of the time is very less and cost is very higher. So where in suppose example for me is called time is not important, cost is important. You go for the train, yes or not? So this is the here now factors to be considered when you are doing your work. Here now you should see call which one is important for me. Time is important or cost is important. If the time is important, use the air travels. If you call cost is important, use the mode of transport is you can use the called train, or you can based on that what you have is sometimes bus also you can use. Anyway, come back to the point is it is applied to very large scale, one time complex, non routine infrastructure and research and development projects are right. You can apply it large scale, one time, complex, non routine infrastructure and research development projects are. So, routine infrastructure, no problem. Routine, you can do it your own. So, non routine, it's a different type of projects. So, very difficult for you to do the work. So, for example, as a startup person, so for thing is for you is called very thing, everything is new. Yes or not? So, Banu also asked one question is called difference between the entrepreneur and the manager. Okay, it would be given, Banu. Just please wait, and definitely I give the reply to your question also. Meanwhile, let me complete this structure topic is so non-routine infrastructure and R&D projects are. So R&D projects, it must you must use this part compulsory. So PERT and CPM are complementary tools because CPM always implies one-time estimation and one-time cost estimation for each activity. A part may utilize three estimates for optimistic, expected, and pessimistic, and no cost for each activity. So part never talks about cost. Part always talks about timings only. But CPM is different. Critical path method is different. That's why these both of them are complementary tools. Are okay. CPM implies one-time estimate and one cost estimate for each activity. Well, PERT may utilize three activities, three time estimates comes in picture. So later on, I'll explain the difference. Let's concentrate only on PERT is. Look at the diagram. What do you have? This is a PERT chart. For example, I have shown, but I explain each and every. What is a circle? What is a arrow mark? Okay, what is T? How everything would be explained. Before that, let's have a look at the diagram so that it's possible for us to go back to the reverse engineering concept can be applied in this particular understanding of this topic is. So you're able to understand anything here? No, we are not understanding what these are all these things are. Na? Let me explain. A PERT network chart for 7 projects with 5 milestones, nodes 10 to 50, and 6 activities A through F. Okay, like this we have. Look at that is called. First of all, is this diagram what you have is called there are components are involved, right? There are components because I said beginning na, because it's a tool and techniques. So once you said tool, there are graphics are required, there are pictures are required. We have called circles are here. You can see here circle is here. You can see called arrow marks are here. Yes or not? Okay, there are some numbers have been given, and there are some here now alphabets are used. Everything. So what these are all? These are components of PERT network. There are components are. What are the components are? There are three components are involved. So these three here now, what you have is called events, activities, and critical path. Okay, the components of PERT network are events, activities, and critical path. The specific accomplishments in a project represented by a circles in a PERT chart. Okay, these are circles. What are the you want to say called event? Okay, so what is here called? These are going to be accomplished in the project. So I'm going to achieve this particular activity. It's nothing but possible to show it in a circle form. To do this event, we need to have called activities required. You need to work, then only it is possible. The time consuming aspects of project represented by arrows in a part. Okay, because when activity is there, then only you move from one place to other place. Because suppose example classwork, you have offline classwork, because you're coming to college. Suppose now activity classwork is there. So now comes here now. So this is your home. So this is your home. So here now home, and this is a college. So we have this is a college. So here now activity is what called. So this is called traveling. So you're traveling from home to college. Okay. The time consuming aspect of project planned by arrow. How much time is taking here now? So example time is taking is called 1 hour. So 1 hour time is taking to come to the college from your home. Okay. Now activity is involved. There is a critical path. The sequence of events in a project that is in total require the most time to complete is called. The maximum time required to complete any work is the maximum time here now. You should show it in the critical path is. Don't worry. Look at the here now. So now PERT network contains two major elements. How many we have? Two major elements. What are that? Activities and events. Two elements are activities and events. What is activities? Activity is nothing but represent action and consumption of resources, time, money, energy required to complete the portion of a project. Activity is represented by an arrow. This is the one. So activity is represented by an arrow. So here now A is an activity. Okay, A is an activity. But there are two events are there, I and J. An event also called node will always be occur at the beginning and end of an activity. From here we have one event, here also one event. So this is tail event and head event. So we got to reach the head event. So what you're doing here, there's an activity you're performing so that you're reaching to this particular event is right. So always occur at the beginning of event, end of the event. The event has no resources and expect represented by a circle. The ith and date event are the tail and head event respectively. What are the steps are involved? So there are two diagrams I said. One is called circle, other one is arrow. So circle is an event and arrow is an activities. There are steps involved in the PERT. There are steps are involved in the PERT is. Sorry. Okay. So PERT planning involves the following steps are. How many 6 steps are there? For these steps, 6 steps are required. The first one is identify the specific activities and milestones. What are the activities are there and what are the milestones there? Identify it. Determine the proper sequence of activities. Which one to be done first, which one to be second, which one to be third one, which one to be the fourth one. We need to identify the proper sequence compulsory. And construct a network diagram. Construct the your PERT chart. This also called network. This also called network diagram. Why you will say that? Because this is network. It consists of arrow marks. Okay, connection of what is network is. So connecting the one node to another node is called a network. Understand that? Connecting the one computer to another computer makes a computer network. Like that, this is a network diagram. Okay, construct a network diagram. Estimate the time required for each activity. How much time required for each activity is to identify. Look at time is equal 3 months, time is equal 3 months, t is equal 1 month. Like this, estimate the how many months required for each and every activities. Determine the critical path, which is the tough path. Just identify it. I update the PERT chart as the project progresses. We'll see these two of them. Okay, don't worry. I'll just concentrate on fourth one. Then I can explain the fifth one also. So activities are the tasks required to complete a project. The milestones are the events, okay, marking at the beginning and end of one or more activities are. Determine the proper sequence. The step may be combined with activity identification step since the activity sequence is evident for some tasks. So construct a network diagram. Using the activity sequence information, network diagram can be drawn showing the sequence of serial and parallel activities. Okay, estimate the time required for each activity. Weeks are commonly used unit of time for activity completion, but any consistent unit of time can be used as our wish to identify the how much what is the your unit you're using it. Can be 1 week, can be 1 month. Like it's up to us to differentiate this one is called to identify the notation to tell the activities. A distinguishing feature of PERT is the ability to deal with the uncertainty in activity and completion time is okay. So look at this is called example you can see here now. So what you have is called in this particular part is so part has defined four types of time required to accomplish an activities. How many you said there are four types of time. Remember this is most important. This is called optimistic time, pessimistic time, most likely time, as well as one more expected time. These are the time. So there are four types of times identified is required in the PERTIS. One is called optimistic time. The minimum possible time required to accomplish an activity or a path, assuming everything processes better than this is normally expected is called what do you say called optimistic. So when you're saying results point of view, I said called be optimistic. No, don't worry, don't be like a pessimistic one. Optimistic is called think positive manner. Is called optimistic one. Opposite is called pessimistic. Thinking negative is called pessimistic. So optimistic here possible here now how much time required to complete the task is okay 2 days time. You are saying this is called optimistic way. So you are confident about that is called here now the minimum possible time. Okay, required to accomplish an activity that's called O or a path, capital O. Assuming that everything proceeds better than is normally expected is called. Pessimistic time is called the maximum possible time required to accomplish a activity or a path. Pessimistic, assuming everything goes wrong, but excluding major catastrophes. So this is called pessimistic here now called maximum time required here now. Minimum time required is optimistic, maximum time is called pessimistic. So okay, somebody asking how much time required to complete the work. So I need call here now call 1 week time. Even though it's not required to complete the work 1 week, it's just you're saying call 1 week. Why you're saying this many of days? So somebody will ask you question. Then you say call because I have many things to be considered. Then you're saying that is called. So minimum is called optimistic, maximum is called pessimistic. And most likely time is one more we have. The best estimate the time required to accomplish an activity or a path, assuming everything proceeds as normal. Okay, best estimation of the time is most likely here now. That's called M. Okay, most likely here now how much you gonna call 3 days time. Okay, 2 days time. Most likely it call takes time of only this much of time. Expected time is one more you have. The best estimate time required to accomplish activity or a path, accounting for the fact that things things don't always be proceed as normal. Okay, as normal. The implication of being that is expected time is average time that okay proceed don't always be okay always proceed as normal. That's up to that point only. That's called expected time is called. So all these things here comes in picture. But how do you estimate the expected time is called? The expected time is possible to estimate by taking the three of the parameters above whatever you said: optimistic time, pessimistic time, and mostly take time. These three values to be considered to identify the this path. What is that is called TE. That is called expected time is called. Okay, so that's called formula is TE. TE is nothing but called O plus 4M plus P divided by 6. So what are the here now called divided by is called what are the quotient you'll get, that is the value is to be considered as the expected time is called. The formula is O plus 4M plus P. The O value optimistic time 4 times of here now pessimistic time he's talking about, sorry, 4 times of most likely time, sorry 4M more 4 times of most likely time, and P is called pessimistic time. So that's required. So you can also say 4 O plus P plus 4M. That is also possible. What are these? O plus M plus P, but M to be multiplied by 4 times. That's important for us. And overall, after adding the three of them, you should divide by 6 is required. Okay. Now look at this diagram is. Okay. Look at the diagram. I tell you later on the problem is. There are activities identified. These are activities we have. So to complete my project is there are identified is called. So there are 8 activities, 7 activities are identified. That is A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. 7 activities are identified to complete my project task. Okay. So, but to do the A activity, there is no predecessor required to be completed. The first you have started the work of A. A can you can start directly. B also can be started directly. It is not required to start any of the pre-activity. Before that, anything is not required to complete the work. You can start directly A and B. But C is not like that. If you want to start C, A should be completed. If after completion of A, then only I can start C. After completion of D, then only I can start A. After completion of E, if I want to complete E, I need to complete B and C. If I want to complete F, I need to complete D. If I want to complete G, I need to complete E. These are the things identified. Okay. So now there are activities identified and there are predecessors are there. The predecessors should be finished to start these activities. Now come to the point. Time estimates how much is there. I said how many? The three, four times are there. The first is optimistic, normal time, and pessimistic time. So this is estimation. Remember that this is estimation based on experience. There are nothing here now. So estimation A to be completed is called 2. 2 what is 2? 2 is the units of time. Can be months, can be weeks, can be days, can be years. But we are no way concerned about. Based on the problem that comes into picture is called. So here said is called A is 2 and normal is 4 and pessimistic is 6. Okay, let's say example for your point of view weeks, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. Okay, so I can complete the work of A in optimistic way. If I started thinking that 2 weeks of time required, maximum it takes called 4 weeks. So normal here now call, when you're talking about M point of view, 4 weeks of time required. While if you see B, 3, 5, 9. Okay. Now, after doing the 2, 4, 6, you need to estimate the expected time. What is the formula? O plus 4m plus P is the formula. O is 2, 4m, 4 times of 4, 16, plus P, 6. So, what is the sum comes out? So, 2 plus 16, okay, plus 6. 2 plus 16, 18 plus 6, 24. 24 divided by 6. What is here now comes here? Quotient is 4. So, 4 is the value. The T value is 4. Now see the B. So 3, 5, 9 identified. So 3 plus 5 4s are 20 plus 9. Okay. So 23 plus 9. That's got 32. 32 divided by 5. Answer is 5.33 is coming. Like this, there are identified these timings are. And we got this particular answers are. Now look at the problem is. This is the problem. In the following example, there are 7 tasks are there, labeled A through G. Some tasks can be done concurrently, parallelly, A and B, while others cannot be done until their predecessor task is completed. C cannot begin until A is complete. Additionally, each task has 3 time estimates: optimistic time O, the most likely or normal time estimates M, and pessimistic time estimate P. The expected time T is complete using the formula O plus 4M plus P divided by 6. Yes or not? You got the answer now? Now, after read this one, I'll give time of 1 minute time to read this entire concept is, and also I give the time for you to note it down entire thing. Please note it down. Then only it's possible we can do the work is. Okay. How does it will be asked in the examination? Also, I explain you. Please note down first this particular example as well as this table to be noted down compulsory. Then only it is possible to understand entire concepts. Sir, I'll give presentation, but it is not sufficient for you to understand this topic is. Please note it down. I'll give 1 minute time for this one. Yes. Okay, completed. Right. I'll write down this diagram also. Note it down this diagram also. All of you note it down the diagram also in your books. Compulsory. So, note down the entire diagram also. Time estimates, optimum time, normal time, predecessor. Note it down everything in your books. Okay, expected time, do it your own calculation, don't copy it. Time estimates, you can write your own, but the formula to be followed is, look at this, normal time is greater than optimal time, and pessimistic time is also greater than normal time. Remember that is called. Okay, the here values to be followed is, normal time m is greater than o, p is greater than m, automatically p is greater than o also automatically. Okay, so m is here now. If you see, almost greater than o only, is not equal also, and p is also greater than m only, there is no question of equal also. How much greater, one or two, that depends on the project is. Okay, and do the division of here now. Now what would be the question? Any questions on this one? I ask you one question. Why are dividing by 6 only? Why are doing multiplication of 4 times of m? Why 4 is used? Because that's the way you can ask the questions to the staff. Na? Why? Good questions. Even I also got the doubt, but I didn't get the answer from the authors. I'm trying to get the answers also. Whenever I get the answers, I tell you that is called. Okay, that's a formula set by, this is called US Navy when you're doing the work, and this is got success. But there is a reason behind of that is called. What I want to say is called, one strong reason behind of that. Otherwise, they won't tell you like that in an air, multiply by 4 times, divide by 6. No, there is some reason behind of that. Is possible for us to know that when you able to here now called diagonalize this 4, why 4 and why is 6 they are using it, then it is possible for us to know in-depth analysis of this part chart. Okay, I tell you definitely. I'm also working on it. Even last time also I explained the concept is, but I thought it's called discuss, but I didn't get the time. This time definitely we'll try for it. Is it finished? Okay, now we'll go.